Let's move on now. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has filed a lawsuit against Elon Musk. The regulator has accused him of violating federal securities laws during his acquisition of Twitter, now known as X. Now, according to the SEC, the Musk failed to disclose his ownership of more than 5% of Twitter's shares by the required deadline in March 2022. The delay, regulators allege, allowed Musk to continue purchasing shares at artificially low prices, saving him at least $150 million. Musk's eventual full acquisition of Twitter in October 2022 cost him $44 billion, but the SEC claims his actions undermined market transparency and fairness. The SEC's investigation, authorized in April 2022, revealed that Musk began buying Twitter shares in early 2022 and crossed the 5% ownership threshold by March. By law, he was required to disclose this by March 24th. But it delayed until April 4th, 11 days past the deadline. During this period, Musk allegedly spent over $500 million purchasing additional shares at suppressed prices, benefiting from the lack of public knowledge about this significant stake. The lawsuit comes as part of a broader investigation into Musk's actions, including his SEC filings and public statements related to Twitter. The SEC's lawsuit has sparked strong reactions, with Musk's attorney calling it a sham and accusing the agency of harassment. This is not Musk's first clash with the SEC, which has previously investigated him and his brother for alleged securities fraud and insider trading. Adding a political dimension, Musk's close ties to President-elect Donald Trump and his role in a newly proposed government advisory group may influence the future of the case. Our correspondent Susan Teherani is now joining us live from New York. Susan, how much of an impact will this lawsuit have on Musk just 5 days before the inauguration?
Yeah, so the SEC is an independent body. It works independently to a certain extent from the government. So it's hard to imagine how it will have an effect. We do know that there is Paul Atkin, who is the new head of the SEC that's expected to come during President-elect Donald Trump's presidency, as you mentioned, in just a few days. But, you know, how much he's going to be effective in an ongoing investigation is really questionable. Ultimately, this is a lawsuit that's very similar, as you mentioned, to another one the SEC posed against Elon Musk. That time it was regarding Tesla. And now Musk's lawyers are saying that there really isn't a case, because the reason that he filed late was because of some administrative issue and a form that had to be one form instead of three forms, and bureaucratic issues like that. Mm-hmm. So how much of it will impact Musk? Maybe in terms of public opinion, it may to a certain extent, but ultimately regarding how he wants to carry out his duties that the president has asked him to carry out, you know, with the budgets and everything in Doge, it doesn't seem to have much of an impact. I mean, this is an ongoing situation with people powerful like Elon Musk. Just very quickly, Eric, mm-hmm. You have members of Congress and Senate who are constantly being monitored and criticized for, you know, not perhaps insider trading, but for knowing things in the stock market that average Americans just don't know. And, you know, things like this do happen.
Mm-hmm. Susan Teherani, great to see you. We'll have to leave it there. Thank you.